My name is Jeremy Citro. I'm with the Benefits Roundtable, and quite simply, our mission, my mission, is to make our member executives and their teams as effective as they can be in their day-to-day jobs. And the way we do that is by focusing on their strategic and operational business challenges, by doing proprietary analysis, some of which I'll present today. We have executive education and networking, and we also have online resources and tools that hopefully save our members money and time. And since we launched the program in 2003 as part of our parent company, the Corporate Executive Board, probably our singular focus has been on healthcare cost containment. And really, in the early part of the decade, there was a renewed focus on wellness. And when I say wellness, I'm not talking about condition management. So the programs that an Aetna or UHC or Blues have to help employees that are already diagnosed with either acute or chronic conditions. What I'm talking about here is what you're doing, which is programs that are designed to help employees learn, and most importantly, which is the theme of today, stick with healthier habits. And that's really the hallmark of success of a wellness program. And I think one of the things I would challenge all of us to say is that a measure of success, the end of this initiative, or once this initiative has been fully implemented, is can we sunset some of our formal investments? Because whether people participate in the programs and activities that we offer or not, they still, when faced with a choice, will make the healthy one. And there's a lot of talk, I think, over lunch and in these breakout groups about the environment and the role of policy. And really, I think Vic said it best about making wellness, making healthy choices easy. So to dive into this theme, I'm going to kind of just present a bit of a scenario here, a little bit of a brain teaser, but it's instructive and hopefully you'll find it interesting. So back in the 1960s, some social psychologists at Yale did an experiment where they took two groups of Yale seniors and they wanted to educate them about the importance of getting a tetanus shot and see if that education would prompt them to do so. So one group of seniors, they gave kind of a really compelling lecture about getting a tetanus shot. And at the end of the lecture, they polled the group, how many of you are going to go get the tetanus shot? Pretty much everyone said they would. Second group of Yale seniors, they gave the same lecture to, but then at the end, they framed up the choice a little bit differently. They gave them a map on the campus to the health center and circled it. They gave them a day planner and told them right then and there to schedule when they were going to go to the health center to get their shot. All right, here's the question. In the first group, just the education group, just the information group, how many folks actually went? What percent of attendees actually went to the health center? Anyone?
5.
Who said 5?
That's my guess.
3%.
Somebody said 3 behind me.
3% of those Yale seniors who just had the lecture style went to get their tetanus shot. What percent of the Yale seniors that had the lecture plus were given the prompts went to get their tetanus shot?
4. 30 to 40.
Whoever said 30-40 is right. So about 32% went to get their tetanus shot. And the reason why that's so instructive is both groups got the same information. But what the second group, or the experimental group, got was a little bit of prompting, or what social psychologists would call priming. So they were given a next step with that information. Not something difficult, but something to make the actual going to do the thing that they said they were going to do a lot easier. Think about when everyone in this room makes a New Year's resolution. If you only tell it to yourself, you're a lot less likely to do it. But if you tell it to someone else, when that someone else can ask you, did you do it, and therefore there's sort of a check step in place, you're actually a lot more likely to do it that very next week or immediately. And I think wellness programs that are successful will help employees see choices in that kind of light. So really making it easier for them. We've got some statistics and some key findings from our analysis on employee commitment to wellness behaviors that I'm going to present. But I really want to make this conversational and focus on the issues and challenges that you're grappling with. So at any time, ask a question of me, of your peers in the room. Let's make sure that you get a return on the time that we have right now. So with that, why don't we jump in to the materials, and we're going to flip all the way to page 11, which is titled The Theory of Wellness. one of the biggest challenges that our members face is getting people to show up. So we're offering wellness programs that we make available through our health plan provider, or maybe we've purchased an integrated health coaching and suite of wellness programs for, I don't know, 250 grand. The first thing we've got to do is get people to show up. But what we found is that our members are really sort of over-managing to that metric a little bit. You do need people to show up. So, for example, getting a biometric screening. But that's really not the indicator of success. The indicator of success is whether, after participating in the wellness resources that you offer, or using the wellness educational resources that you offer, do individuals make a sustained change in their behavior, so that whether they participate again or whether they're at the worksite or at home or with their families and friends, they're making the healthy choice. And so what we want to do through our wellness initiative is migrate people or navigate them from step one, from showing up, to step two, sticking with the program. So if I have an 8-week walking or fitness competition, how many folks drop out after second, third week? Many organizations have a high participation rate at the beginning, but by the end, there's maybe only the triathletes that remain. But the third step is what I submit is most important. And this is really, again, what today is all about, which is after the program is ended, have I adopted a healthier habit than I've been stick with? So, and what I mean by that is, let's say before taking a Get Fit program, someone exercised for 30-minute periods a week, basically zero exercise. What we want to do is get them to 3 or 4 30-minute periods of moderate to vigorous exercise per week. That's what we mean by sustained behavior change. Or someone who's a smoker, and after the program, maybe offered by the American Heart Association, quits smoking, and 9 months later, a year later, 18 months later, reports that they are tobacco-free. That's the measure of success that we all, I believe, are aiming for in this room. And when we get that, we can then deliver what our stakeholders most care about, which is a lower rate of growth year over year in the premiums we pay for our medical plan coverage, and, important to this group, decreased absenteeism, decreased presenteeism, so better on-the-job productivity. Because that's really the promise of wellness as a population health management strategy. And the key thing has been, well, we're really excited about the economics of wellness because it takes that 80% or 90% of folks in your workforce that don't yet have a chronic or acute condition, and it keeps them over there. But despite that excitement, what we've seen is a mixed bag and a lot of skepticism around whether wellness actually delivers those returns. So what our members said after kind of the early excitement of the decade is worn off, and we've been spending a lot of money providing steep premium discounts or big cash awards, and we're buying off-the-shelf programs from the Staywells of the world, and all that's wonderful. But then the CFO comes knocking, or the CEO comes knocking, or somebody comes knocking and says, show me that that has delivered a quantifiable business outcome that's contributed to organizational performance. And I think that's where we are now with wellness. There's a lot of experimentation going on. There's a lot of vendors, including medical plans, that are in this game now too. They now have wellness programs. They have health risk appraisals. They have coaches. They want you to bundle all this stuff as well. And they tell you it's for free, but it's really not. Because they put it into the ASO fee.